So you make your way again. Every time you take your foot off of the web-covered stone, you climb up to the second floor, which is about 30 feet up. About a minute and a half has passed everyone outside as you wait. You have yet to see either of them either wave a hand out of one of the windows at the top or get to the roof of the tower, but you also haven't heard any cries for help or anything loud. As you guys get, good.
Have I stopped hearing the hiss?
No, you still hear that rhythmic movement
on the other side of
the wall. Yep.
Okay.
As you get to the second floor of the tower, there are still no slits on this level. There is, however, a slight breeze of air. I need both of you to make an investigation check. As the Lich King rises behind you.
Yeah.
19?
13.
19 and 13. It takes you a second, but Haley, you are able to sort of feel your way along the wall. So you get to another one of those bookshelves. This one is a little bit more battered than the rest and is kind of pushed away from the wall a little bit. As you look behind it, there is actually a crack that is formed in the wall about 1.5 feet wide, and it's jagged, and some of the stone has crumbled onto the ground. As you sort of pick up a small piece of the cobblestone that's been broken off of the wall, and you inspect it, it has a smell of something pungent that kind of you feel in the back of your throat that just kind of makes you not feel so great when you smell it. And it's covered in black, like it's been scorched by something. And you can't see anything really outside of the crack. Edgerhell, if you'd like, you can take a peek.
Yes, please.
Yep, so you do make a perception check.
All right. 10.
10. Not able to make out where that sound is coming from. It is coming from this side of the wall. It's very dark out, and if there's something down there, it could be camouflaged, it could be blending in with the darkness or the floor of the forest, but you're not able to see anything just yet.
Am I able to go back in the tower, just like blink twice and then look again?
You continue to focus for the next little bit, but looking around, out away from the tower and looking across the ground, you don't see anything.
Okay.
Yep. You guys make your way to the third floor. When you get to the third floor, there is as you climb up the stairs and you get to that last sort of concentric circle at the top, across the way from the stairs that you just ascended, there is a ladder that goes up to the stone ceiling. And at the top of the ladder, you do see a wooden trapdoor that is currently closed. You also see another bookshelf. This one doesn't appear as musty or as damaged as the rest. And an ornate chest.
Chest.
And this isn't D&D, so it's probably not a mimic. You do see an ornate chest as well. It's if you're here and the ladder is here, as you go around, you're going to see the bookshelf and the chest sort of at the halfway point as you go around the wall to get to the ladder. Also, about every 7 to 8 feet, there is a slit in the wall for an archer.
Say it again?
For archery.
For an archer.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you feel comfortable setting up here, or do you want to go all the way to the roof?
Are we able to, Lord Master, are we able to see the back of the tower from here, from these archery places?
A little bit, yeah. You can see out into the forested area around you. You can see the ground. It appears that at one point, this watchtower, you've noticed that the forest has been carved away from it to try and give it a better vantage point. But it's been a long time since the trees have been carved away, and you can still see the remnant of when that had been done, but the forest is enclosing once again on the watchtower. It makes it kind of hard from those arrow slits to get a good look at the ground around you.
Okay. And how far away are the others? Is the
If
top of the
they're
tower?
so if they're at the base of the tower, just outside of it, they're about 40 feet away from you, 40 to 45 feet away.
So like 40 to 45 feet over the
Straight
others?
up. Yeah, so you guys are about 45 feet up, and then another 10 feet from the ladder will get you onto the roof.
You know, on second thought, these slits really are better suited, I think, for a longbow because you can't really see what's closer to the tower. Maybe we should try and go on the roof because I only have a short bow.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. One more
I'm
question.
whispering.
Am I able to see if there's anything else in the tower, inside the tower?
Investigation
Like
check.
something hanging from there?
Yep.
All right, wonderful. Let's find out. Maybe not. Natural 1.
As you are looking around trying to find anything else of note or of interest, you just keep finding your gaze brought back to that ornate chest on the ground. It kind of captures your thoughts for a moment, and you lose track of what you were trying to do.
Fine. All right, let's keep moving then.
So, Edgerhill, I heard that elves are pretty light, like lighter than hobbits. Is that true?
Is it, would it be a gentleman of me if I were to ask you weight?
I weigh 50 pounds.
Okay, I weigh more than that, so we're good.
But no, like you don't even make footprints in the snow, right? So my thinking is, like, if you walk up the ladder, maybe it's safer if you do it, if it's like an old ladder or something like that, just in case. I don't know.
I can also throw you up if you want.
But the trap door's not even open.
You have a hard head. It's okay.
It will be when you. It will be.
Maybe afterwards. All right. I'll follow your idea. Do you want to look in the chest to see what is there, or rather not?
I mean, it looks really cool. It would make for a pretty cool story, but depending on what's inside, I don't know. I just hear Cyrell's voice saying maybe we shouldn't. But I also hear Chad's voice saying maybe we should.
Kill it. Attack the chest.
All right. Since
Are we like little figures on your shoulders?
all right. I say then that we keep moving. I'll open the door for you to be able to move in.
We can come back to the chest.
And we'll come back after because we're expecting to be alive after this also. So we're not thinking about dying right now, right? No, we're not. Okay.
So, Edrel, you climb up the ladder. The ladder is itself not covered in webbing. The webbing is actually a little bit splotchy. It's not as dense in this area where the ladder is. You're able to climb up to the top. You give a bit of a nudge on the trap door. It is not locked, and it opens up and out.
And is he able to determine, like, if the ladder is sturdy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't give him any
then
no problems.
I will follow him.
Okay. So, Edrihel, once you open the trap door, are you opening it and climbing out? Are you looking around?
I'm opening slowly, first of all, to see if it's making any creaking sound. If it doesn't, then I still keep opening it slowly. I just like put my head a little bit over, like kind of like, oh, sorry, like.
All right. Gonna need you then to make a perception check for me. With advantage because we're technically still in the forest, so I'll give it to you.
Natural 20.
Okay. You lift it up. It doesn't make any kind of a squeaky noise, which is quite nice. You do notice there's some sort of goo, like something thick. As you open it up, a little bit of it kind of runs down the opening that just formed in the ceiling. It has an interesting smell to it. But you lift it up, you peer around. The roof of the tower is completely flat. It's all cobblestone. And you scan from left to right. As you get to the right, you notice there's a pair of bodies, not fully skeletons, still armored and weapons. Definitely dead, definitely dwarves. They're sort of sitting up against the raised wall that's on the edge of the roof that provides a little bit of cover. They're both facing towards the center of the tower, which is near where the trapdoor is for you. But they're sitting on the ground, their legs stretched out, and they're kind of leaned up against the wall, sort of propped up, but dead.
What do you see? What do you see?
I see a couple dead bodies.
Are they as old as the other ones?
No, not as old.
Uh-oh.
Like that. Oh.
Oh.
Am I able to see anything else? Am I able to hear anything? Do I still hear the keys?
You still hear the breathing. Yep.
Can I still know that it is from down the tower on the other side of the tower? Or
It has not moved.
it has not moved. Okay. Am I able to see anything else before opening completely the trapdoor? Am I able to see anything else? Whether if it's like up there, is it an open watchtower, or does it have like a?
It's an open watchtower. There's no
roof?
roof above what you're going to be standing on. So you're standing on it, and then there would be a ring about 3 feet tall that forms like a small area you could take cover behind and then reach over and fire and take cover behind. But there's no roof above that.
All right, then I carefully but surely open the trapdoor completely.
Okay.
Of course, I keep looking at my surroundings just to see that nothing catches me.
Okay. Yeah. And you do so, and you get to the top of the tower just fine.
All right, and then I help Haley up. And do we know what the goo was?
Do you know what the goo was? How do you inspect it?
No.
I'm gonna, once I have my footing, I'm gonna pull my bow out and like notch an arrow.
I think that's a good idea. Actually, before I do that, I want to look outside to see the hissing, or where the hissing sound is coming from.
Okay. As you take your first couple steps, both of you get back to hearing that same shh, shh, as you step over the sticky webbing, which is in full force here at the top of the tower. You hearing that, it's also got a from that ooze that you were noticing when you first opened the trapdoor. And as you look again, it definitely appears to be related to spiders in some way, just like the webbing sort of makes you get that spider vibe. You're not inherently positive what it is. It could be a handful of things, but you're not sure what the ooze is. You'd have to take a moment and actually inspect and try and figure that out. As you peer over the edge, you scan behind the tower, and this time you do make out a dark figure curled up on the ground behind the tower. Edrahel, I need you to make a lore check.
Is that with advantage?
Do you have advantage on ability checks in the forest? Or is it just like perception?
No, it's just for the stealth.
Gotcha.
30. Yeah. And whenever I'm tracking something. So does it count as if I'm tracking other creatures?
No, because you're trying to determine what this creature is.
All right. You said lore?
Lore.
That would be.
Actually, I will give you advantage because this
Okay.
is a specific creature in the Mirkwood, and I feel like you're more likely to know about it than someone else. So yes, advantage.
19.
19. That's enough. You do recognize this spider, and it is indeed a spider. It is the biggest spider that you guys have encountered yet. It's about the size of a small oliphant, maybe
What?
15 feet wide. And it has a name that you recognize, Edrahel. Your people have taken to knowing it as Taller the Hunter. Tauler. This spider has feasted on men and elves and dwarves and considers the entire Mirkwood to be its hunting ground.
You
Currently,
didn't say hobbits.
you're just a light snack as a hobbit.
Oh.
Currently, it is sleeping. As a group, you have managed not to wake it up yet. Edrahel, you would recognize that it would be most likely a bad idea to wake the spider up. That's all I
Keep
got
on
for you.
going, John. Keep on going, John. It'll be okay. Explain how.
I
Please tell us
smirk
more how
because
this is
I
a
don't
bad
see
idea
any
to
way
wake
to
up.
stop Nebuchadnezzar. But
Keep on going about how this is a bad idea. I like to hear that stuff.
Okay. I tell Haley and I ask her for her opinion, actually, if it would be a good idea to tell Nebuchadnezzar or not. Especially because not
How
only
far up
because of
the
that.
side of the tower is the?
Huh?
How far up the side of the tower is Taller?
no, Taller's on the ground sleeping.
On the roof?
On the ground.
On the ground next to the tower.
Yes.
And our group, the rest of our group hasn't found him yet.
They haven't gone to the other side. They're waiting for you guys before they flank.
So I ask Haley and I ask you, Haley, do you think that it is a good idea to tell Nebuchadnezzar, not only because it's Nebuchadnezzar, but also because there are dwarves here that have been killed by
I
the
think
spider?
I think that since they're waiting to move until they see us, we should just go back downstairs because that spider's really big to you, right? Right?
Yes.
Think about how much bigger it is to me.
So then I ask you, would you prefer to be down there or up here if the spider
Spiders
wakes up?
climb. I don't think it matters. If we go downstairs really quietly, then we can join the group and go another direction. But if we try to signal them, then they're gonna try and move, and that's not a good idea.
That is definitely not a good idea.
If we're like 45
At this
feet up in the
point,
air and going,
everyone on the ground, it's been about 4.5 to 5 minutes since you've heard from your companions, just so you know.
Okay.
I mean, I can shoot a short bow pretty much anywhere. I don't have to be up here.
I think it's still better if you stay up here.
I mean,
But-
I could go without you.
Boy. Oh, I don't know how this can go well either way. If it goes down and we tell Cyril, then Nebuchadnezzar is gonna try to find some way of like finding out what's going on. And if he goes the other way around and he tries to wake up the spider, it's bad for everybody. If
I
he
mean,
comes
we don't
up
have
here,
to tell them that the spider killed. I mean, we don't have to tell them about the spider per se. We just say that like it's really dangerous. I don't know. It's just I don't know about this. I'm not the best person to ask really. My travels have been through the woods, but I mostly travel through cities.
your experience, do you think that we would have a chance of actually moving past the spider and not have to confront it?
I
With
mean, I
how-
could. I don't know about somebody else.
Oh boy. kind of want to confront it.
Why?
It would be exciting. But I maybe that's just the little chat that is here speaking to me. Uh, and if we go down, okay, so here's the thing. If we go down, what would we tell them if we were to move away?
To tell them that there is I mean, you could tell them that it's Taller the Hunter, as you called it, like an actual beast of like with a name. Because I know we fought spiders earlier, but this is.
And you think that that would be a good idea to tell Chad?
But we could tell them that like this is his place, and we don't need to like come in and mess up his place because it's only gonna make him mad. And this isn't necessarily like someone else's place. I don't know. Why are you asking me?
Because I trust your input, little hobbit. I think we have a pretty good chance with this wonderful team that we've encountered to take this, take Taller down.
Well, if you
Especially
think we
with
have a
Griffin.
good chance, then it doesn't matter what we say to the group. But I think we should at least try and not to wake it.
You want to go down and tell him? I'll wait here just to see if it's gonna wake up or not. Because what if while
By
we're
yourself.
going down, then what?
By yourself. You're staying up here by yourself.
Waiting up here by myself. Yes.
Here's a cookie. It was nice knowing you.
I always have the trap door, so if anything, I just go under it and we're good.
Okay. Okay.
Just, I'll ask you a favor. Tell Sarel first, trying not to tell anybody else. Trying, please, at least. Just like bring me, like, let me show you something.
But then how would we get the rest of the group to move? And then
Or
if we
to
do
stay there.
move, how do we tell you that we're moving?
At this
Instead
point,
of fighting.
everyone on the ground, it's been about 7.5, 8 minutes now where you have not seen or heard from your companions.
Does Cyril recognize anything about this tower from his dream or foreknowledge?
No. The only thing that I would say is that Nebuchadnezzar, you have a sense of the shadow in this area, and it is growing.
Oh.
Wait, I have an idea.
Tell me.
I have paper and string and ink, and I could write a note explaining the situation, and I could tie it to one of my arrows and shoot it down to them so they can read it instead of us having to go up and down these stairs.
Yeah, I don't want to take the chance.
I'm doing it. I mean, I'm doing it.
All right. Chaz is
No, Chaz is doing nothing. Chaz is doing nothing right now.
It's been 7.5 minutes. Chaz is a very patient man,
Okay,
but
then
he's nearing the end of his patience here.
Edward Hill just goes around and says like, hey, and then I wave my hand. Can they see me? Please tell me that they can see me. Can I like put a
You're going
sword
to yell
there?
out, hey, and wave
No,
your
no,
hands
no,
to
no.
the top
No,
of the
hey, like with his hand.
Like, or with my sword, like just like a blinking
light.
light.
It makes sense that Chaz is starting to move. That's what I mean. That's not
Okay.
wrong. I mean,
Edrahel, make a performance check.
Performance check. Oh boy. Let's find out.
Thankfully, they're all looking for you.
Performance. That's charisma. 9.
All right. Everyone else make, on the ground, the three of you make a perception check. With advantage because you are actively looking for a signal from your team.
19, right?
12.
Yeah.
12.
Cyrel, you are able to notice Edrahel's hand wave. 20 was the DC.
Cyril says, everyone hold. Edgerhill's trying to get our attention. Before we go running into something that we may not be able to handle, let's hear him out and see what's going on. And yeah.
Haley, are you firing that note via arrow?
Yeah, but I'm gonna do it where it's like obvious that it's me shooting like just off to the side of the group instead of just them seeing an arrow fall to the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, and I say to Chad and Sorrel, I say, okay, listen, if we're in danger, I'm out. I'm
What?
just saying, I don't want to die.
What?
I'm out.
What?
I'm sorry, but this doesn't seem like a good idea. So
So I'm gonna put my hand on Dolly's shoulder. I'm gonna say, you don't understand. We're already dead. We gotta fight this thing.
Around that time, Nebuchadnezzar, there's a shink as an arrow hits the ground nearby, and
As a reflex, I just strike the arrow immediately as soon as it hits the dirt. I just hit with my warhammer.
all right. So you make a dexterity saving throw.
I got that one.
This is why we can't have nice things in the group.
Moved by the
All right.
arrow, you go to fling your warhammer onto the ground, but you lose your grip on it, and it slips out of your hand, hits the ground, and cartwheels over itself before resting up against the tower. Thankfully, not making too loud of a crack as it slams into the stone. But in doing that, you do focus on the arrow, and you see that there is a bunch of paper stuck to it, Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna kind of brush myself off there a little bit. Push that letter there. I'll say,
Can you read,
I'm ready.
Nebuchadnezzar?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can read. Okay.
You still hear the rhythmic inhale and exhale from the creature.
Pull out the note. What does it say, Haley?
It says, don't go to the other side of this tower. There is a enormously dangerous spider that you don't want to mess with. Let's keep moving.
When Chad picks up the note, Cyril kind of goes behind Chad's back so he can read the note as well, while he's also saying, Chad, would you please be quiet? Referring to the hammer.
I am being quiet. It's easier to read when I'll pronounce the words.
So Cyril reads the note as well. He's like, all right, guys, we need to go.
I pick up my hammer and I go, Sorrel, listen. We came here to fight the shadow, and there's a whole bunch of it right behind this tower. I say we get it. What else are we here for? Huh? What else?
We are dead. Who is going to fight the shadow? There might be a greater threat of shadow. I thought you were here to destroy the shadow once and for all. If we
This guy is a big shadow. He's
we
big.
may not be able to fight the shadow over there.
I go, look, all I see is there's a shadow right here, and we need to stomp out. And if it's a big old spider, we can just hit this thing. All of us get a leg. We give it a good old chop suey. When it gets up, we smack it down.
We have not seen the shadow. Our friends have. And before you said you trusted the group. Are you going to trust them now? Again, there might be a greater threat of the shadow. If we die here, we won't know about the threat that we're facing. It's not just about us, and it's not just about your glory. It's about making sure we make this land safe for everyone. Get your head in the game, Chad.
I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. Nebuchadnezzar, I need you to make it with disadvantage.
19.
Unnatural 20.
Natural. Oh, wait. Me too?
Yes, everyone.
All right. Natural 20.
Natural 1.
I have an 8.
All right. Nebuchadnezzar and Edrahel, you both gain 1 shadow point as the shadow that is consuming this area is growing in intensity and becoming more oppressive with each passing moment.
Chad, we are leaving now. Dala, please help me out. We need to make sure we move. And we need to make sure our people get out of this tower.
So, well, like you're saying, that says I came in here to like do a job, and that job's behind that tower. If you all wish to flee from the shadow, go ahead. But I'm going for it.
And I'm
to
gonna
march
start-
around the side of town.
Going down the ladder, like I carefully open. I don't want to be stealthy, but obviously I had to be slow anyways since I can't see.
Yes,
What's
Edgar?
the last-
Question. It said here that you have advantage when making wisdom saving throws against corruption caused by blighted lands. Does that count as right now?
No. The Blighted Lands is a specific type of shadow causing thing,
Okay.
but this is not caused by Blighted Lands.
Okay. All right.
Chat, what's the last thing you said you're doing?
I'm making my way around the tower. To go out of the
Before
way.
you do, Cyril tries to grapple Chat, and he says, Dala, help me out.
All right. I go over and I also grab him. I'm like,
Alright.
don't be stupid.
All right, so one of you make a grapple check which is an athletics check with advantage. The other one will be assisting. Nebuchadnezzar, go ahead and make your athletics check.
You should have learned to grapple from our joust the other day. So just
Dala, do you want to assist since I initiated it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I make it with advantage?
Yep.
Does Dala roll at all or just me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope, her assisting gives you advantage.
22.
Nebuchadnezzar?
7.
All right.
So I grab his chest. So I'm assuming maybe Dala, you're like grabbing his legs or something. Or
You guys
Alright.
currently have him held back. He's surprisingly strong still, and you're not able to pull him off the ground as he's attempting to wrench away from you. Haley, you start making your way down the ladder. At this time, Edrahel, you notice a similar glint from one of the bodies of the dwarves on the roof.
yeah, I was thinking about that just now. I wanted to check the bodies to see if
Investigation check.
okay, and also to see if they have anything that a hobbit could use or us. I don't have advantage, right?
No.
Natural one.
What are you rolling that keeps giving you these ones?
Put that dice in jail.
You need to throw that dice away.
All right. Well, luckily for you, when you look at a body, you don't just go blind instantly.
That's
So
good.
even with a natural one, what caught your eye, you still do spot, is mithril armor, specifically a sheet of chainmail that one of the dwarves was wearing. You look it over, it appears to have a section torn out of it a few inches long. And there is also an ornate golden key hanging on a chain around that dwarf's neck. You don't spot anything on the other dwarf. You're drawn in by the mithril and the key on the one on the left.
Do they have any weapons
They do, but they don't appear to be,
usable?
yeah.
All right. Can I take the chainmail off the dwarf without any noise?
You can certainly try.
I can certainly try. I'm hoping that I already used all the natural ones. So
Roll different dice.
Sleight of hand check for me, sir.
I'm gonna reload the page. No, I'm not gonna reload the page. Say it again. Which one?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. All right. Sleight of hand. Oh, okay. We're good there. And that's and 16.
16. It's pretty confident to say you're good there. No, you're good there.
Okay.
So you you guys are lucky. I've rolled single digits all 3 times for this spider's perception to notice you. So you are able to pull away the outer layer of armor and then eventually get the mithril off of the body of this dwarf, which you now recognize has been killed by a spider and had been partially eaten. And you recognize that ooze now as some of the digestive fluid that spiders use to make their meal a little more edible. So you get the mithril armor and you pull the key from around the neck of the dwarf.
All right. I start. How far is Haley down the?
It took you about
Hour
30
or-
seconds to do this. It's surprisingly easy once the dwarf's body has begun to shrivel from the feeding process. Sorry, Joel. But you're able to get the armor off pretty quickly. At this point, Haley is on the 3rd level, making her way down to the first set of stairs.
All right. Then I start making my way down with the key, and I go and open the chest.
Okay. You inspect the chest. The key does appear to fit inside of the lock, and you give it a turn, and you just
There's a Zelda sound.
there's a vase nearby. You smash it and get the gems out. I saw a meme one time where Link was smashing the vases, and then Zelda came over, and she was like, "Link, what are you doing?" And he was like, "The gems." And she grabs a vase, and she puts her hand in it, and she pulls out a gem, and he's like, "Witchcraft!" It was fantastic. You open up the chest. There's only one item inside. It is a staff, about 3 feet long. The one end comes to a bit of a point, which looks a little muddied, so you get the sense that's the bottom. The other end, the smooth oak wood that's been sanded down very finely. It's been glossed. It's smooth. It's got metal ringlets that kind of climb up the shaft. It definitely feels dwarven in make. At the top, where you would usually hold your hand, there's a pearl about the size of a golf ball, about 1.5 inches, beautifully iridescent, and the staff, the wood, has kind of come up around the edges of this pearl. It definitely appears to be of dwarven make, but something about it tells you that it's not just a normal walking staff.
Did I already grab it, or?
No, but you can.
All right, I grab it.
Okay.
And
You
is
grab
there a way? Is there a way to walk down without? Well, are there like any spots that I can step that it's not wet?
On this floor, yes. Once you get down to the 2nd floor, it'll all be.
All right. I start making my way down.
Okay. It's going to take about a minute for you guys to get to the bottom and meet up with your compatriots. So, Cyrell, Nebuchadnezzar, Dala, you have a full minute of struggling. What are you doing?
I'm assuming I dropped the torch when I grabbed Nebuchadnezzar, and so I imagine I'm behind him, and I actually grab onto his warhammer. I'm pulling it to kind of give leverage to hold him. And I'm like, Dala, speak to your boy. We need to get out of here.
What are you doing? Let's go. Stop being difficult.
I go, you listen to me. We came into this woods to fight the shadow. And that big thing is
I just cut you off. Stop. Don't say anything. Don't be difficult.
I'm gonna talk. I'm
No.
talking.
No.
I'm talking here. No, I'm gonna talk
Then
first.
can I cover his mouth? Can I cover his mouth?
No.
All right, well, I'm going to cover his mouth.
Okay.
As she tries to cover my mouth, I'm just gonna like lick her hand. Just really get her grossed out.
Dala's seem worse.
I need you guys to make a stealth check with disadvantage.
I understand. Yeah, that would be a natural 1.
At 12.
17.
Man, what's with the natural
No,
one?
not somebody else. That's louder than me. I guess my shit be like rubbing against you or something. I don't know.
Okay. Continue.
Okay, so where are we?
You're about 30
Well-
seconds away still. Cyrell, Neb, and Dala are scuffling.
Chat.
My guy is not fighting hard to break out of the binds. Obviously, he's shifting around to show that he's uncomfortable, but he's not like going full on trying to break the binds that Cyrell had. Obviously, whatever I'm saying is lost behind the hands at this point. But I'm gonna keep on speaking though, even though you can't hear anything.
Am I still able to hear the hiss on the other side of the wall?
No.